In 1994, while the world was preparing for the new millennium, a Bolivian woman named Catalina Rivas received a vision that would forever change her understanding of humanity's future. What the Virgin Mary revealed to her in those days, today manifests with a clarity that leaves one speechless. A message that then seemed impossible to understand, but that now illuminates with prophetic precision the challenges we live daily. In a recent testimony, this extraordinary mystic not only shared the realization of that prophecy, but launched an urgent appeal that could radically transform our families and our society. An appeal supported by divine promises so powerful that even demons, during exorcisms, confirm their extraordinary effectiveness. Today we will explore together this message of hope and discover how a simple practice, accessible to all, can become the key to renewing the entire world. If these themes are dear to your heart, help us spread them. A like can do so much, as well as your subscription to the channel. Thank you from the heart. In the heart of the Bolivian mountains, in Cochabamba, lives a woman who changed the course of her existence the day Jesus Christ appeared to her for the first time. Catalina Rivas, mother of a family and woman of simple faith, found herself catapulted into a spiritual dimension that she never would have imagined. Her story begins with an incredible phenomenon. Despite having completed only elementary school, she began to write under divine dictation, texts of great theological depth. Pages and pages of revelations that flowed from her pen without effort, as if a superior force guided every word. The messages received by Catalina were submitted to the examination of the local church. In 1998, after careful evaluation, the Archbishop of Cochabamba Monsignor René Fernández Apaza granted the official imprimatur, recognizing her writings as conforming to Catholic doctrine, and recommending them as texts of meditation and spiritual orientation. But what makes Catalina's testimony unique are not only the messages received, but the way in which these are coming true with a precision that makes one shudder. Catalina has revolutionized our understanding of the prayer of the Rosary. It is not about reciting formulas, but about creating a real dialogue. The Virgin Mary explained to her that every Hail Mary pronounced with an open heart generates a real, tangible presence. Imagine having the Holy Mother in front of you and speak to her about your problems, your joys, your fears. She really listens to you. This revelation has transformed thousands of lives. People who recited the Rosary mechanically for years have discovered a dimension of intimacy with the Virgin Mary that they did not believe possible. But it is on the Eucharist that Catalina received the most shocking revelations. During a Holy Mass, the Virgin and Jesus showed her what really happens during the Eucharistic celebration. Catalina saw the church fill with people dressed in white tunics. They were the guardian angels who brought offerings to the altar. She also saw gray shadows that approached the altar with their hands raised upward. They were the souls of purgatory. But the most extraordinary moment came during the consecration. When the priest raised the host to heaven, Jesus appeared. His body enveloped that of the celebrant, and in the host, one could glimpse the face of Christ. During the consecration of the wine, the vision became even more dramatic. Catalina saw Jesus crucified and wounded who was losing blood, while from the chalice blood overflowed, without even a drop falling to the ground. The Virgin explained to her, "This is the miracle of miracles. For the Lord, neither time nor distance exist, and in the moment of consecration, the entire assembly is transported to the foot of Calvary, in the instant of Jesus' crucifixion. Jesus himself revealed to her the profound meaning of the Eucharist. In the Last Supper, in the moment of greatest intimacy with my own, I instituted what in the eyes of men might seem the greatest madness, making myself a prisoner of love. I instituted the Eucharist. I wanted to remain with you until the end of the ages, because my love could not bear that those I loved more than my life would remain orphans. For Catalina, receiving communion is never a habitual gesture. She prefers to kneel and receive the host directly in the mouth, because as she says, I am receiving the Creator of the universe, not a simple symbol. Her concern for communion in the hand stems from a vision in which Jesus showed her how much he suffers when the consecrated particles fall to the ground and are involuntarily trampled. This is why she insists so much on the necessity of approaching the sacrament with the maximum possible reverence. Let us honor this mystery. Let us write together in the comments. Jesus, really present in the Eucharist. Amen. The Virgin Mary told her. One day, the evil one will control minds through screens. Catalina observes how this prediction has dramatically come true. Observe how people lose connection with reality. Separate someone from their device, and you will see an agitation similar to withdrawal manifest. Her main concern regards children who, without any supervision, through a simple device, can access content that gradually corrupts their innocence. Catalina explains that Satan does not attack frontally, but gradually. First he creates addiction, then isolation, finally corruption. Screens have become the perfect tool for this strategy. They create neurological addiction, isolate from real relationships, and open doors to content that progressively desensitizes the moral conscience. But heaven has not only revealed the problem, it has also provided the solution. The core of Catalina's appeal to the entire world focuses on Eucharistic adoration. What struck me most, she says, is when the Lord speaks to us about Eucharistic adoration. This is what I desire to promote, this is what I beg the entire world. That families return to Eucharistic adoration. Her request is simple, but revolutionary. That every family gather, even just 1 hour a week or every 15 days, contemplating the most holy sacrament exposed. When a family gathers before the most holy sacrament, she explains, a zone of spiritual protection is created that Satan cannot penetrate. In that hour, turn off every device, look only at Jesus, and let him look at you. In support of this practice, Jesus revealed to Catalina 12 extraordinary promises for those who practice Eucharistic adoration with constancy. Promises that touch every aspect of life. Protection from Satan's power for the entire family. Safety during calamities. Liberation from false attractions of the world. Progressive spiritual growth. Reduction of purgatory's punishments for one's loved ones. And blessing on projects undertaken for the good of the soul. But the most consoling promise regards the hour of death. I and my mother will come to visit you in the moment of death. And above all, the final guarantee. The soul that will preserve true devotion to my presence in the Eucharist will never be damned and will not die without the sacraments. The power of Eucharistic adoration finds confirmation in the testimonies collected during exorcisms conducted by the famous exorcist Father Gabriel Amorth. The confessions torn from demons reveal a shocking truth: what you call bread is our worst enemy. It is not bread, it is him, it is he who defeated us. When humans are silent before him, we cannot even approach. To complete this testimony, the extraordinary story of the miraculous hosts of Siena deserves to be told. It was August 14, 1730, eve of the Feast of the Assumption, when some sacrilegious thieves managed to penetrate the Basilica of San Francesco in Siena. Their objective was the silver pyx, but together with it, they also stole 351 consecrated hosts. For 3 days, the entire city lived in anguish for this terrible sacrilege. On August 17th, however, something extraordinary happened. In the alms box of the sanctuary of Santa Maria in Provenzano, among dust and coins, all 351 hosts were found, perfectly intact. But this was only the beginning of the miracle. After almost 3 centuries, 223 of those hosts are still preserved today in the Basilica of San Francesco, fresh and incorrupt, as on the first day. In 1914, Pope St. Pius X authorized a scientific examination in which numerous university professors of chemistry, pharmaceutical and bromatology participated. Their conclusion was unequivocal. The holy particles of Siena are a classic example of the perfect conservation of particles of unleavened bread, consecrated in the year 1730, and constitute a singular phenomenon that reverses the natural laws of the conservation of organic matter. It is a unique fact, consecrated in the annals of science. When Pope John Paul II visited Siena in 1980 and found himself before the miraculous hosts, he could not pronounce but 3 words. It is the presence. Those hosts, that defy every law of physics and biology, continue still today to witness the permanent reality of Christ in the Eucharistic sacrament. Let us not let this appeal of Catalina remain only a testimony heard. It is time to act concretely in our families. Write in the comments which divine promise struck you most, and share a specific need for which you desire that our community pray before the most holy sacrament. Whether it be healing, protection, conversion or family peace, let us unite our voices in a common prayer that crosses the entire world. In the message of July 12, 2025, Our Lady of Anguera strongly reiterated that we are targets of God's enemy. Pedro Regis has dedicated one of his catecheses to the protections that every Christian should know. If you want to know more, click the video that has appeared on your screen. May God always illuminate your path. See you at the next video.